Today we're going to talk about progressive overload. We're going to talk about the theory of what that means and why it's beneficial, and then we're going to give you a couple of strategies to follow to make sure that you're progressively overloading your exercises to build strength. In my previous video in the Couch to Fit series, we talked about muscle adaptation and how long it takes for muscles to adapt. But to actually achieve this adaptation, you need to be progressively overloading the muscles over time. What that means is you always need to have the muscles feel challenged, and that progressive loading is just adding more resistance or more repetitions to the sets and to the volume that you're doing. So the muscles are continually trying to better themselves. Essentially, if you try to keep a weight or the rep range or the set range the exact same for an extended period of time, your muscles are going to get really good at doing that, but it's going to plateau. And they're never going to get better or stronger or faster or do more repetitions if you always do the same thing. So this is why you always have to progressively load it a little bit more from the weight or the reps to help encourage further and more muscle adaptation over time. So naturally, many people wonder, well, how do you know when to progressively overload? Like, when do I know I'm doing it right? Well, there's a couple of rules. The first rule that I like to do is called the 2 for 2 rule. What this means is if you're doing, say, 3 sets of 12 repetitions, if the last 2 reps of that set feels easy and you can do 2 more additional repetitions, so go from 12 to 14 reps on 2 consecutive days, then it's time to increase the weight. Well then, Chris, how much weight should we increase by? So for the upper body, it's safe to increase load by 5 pounds per kind of progressive staging. So say you're doing like a front arm raise and you're done 3 sets of 14 reps because you've gone more than 12 on 2 consecutive days, you can go up to 5 pounds more for the next session, and then you build your way back up. For the lower body, you want to be increasing by 5 to 10 pounds is usually a safe way. Another way to progressively overload is to give yourself set and rep ranges to kind of work for. So say, for example, you're going to do 10 pounds on a front shoulder raise, and you're doing 3 sets by 8 repetitions. What you're going to do is you're going to keep to that 10 pounds and then work every session trying to add more reps, so you get up to the point you're doing 3 sets by 12 repetitions at 10 pounds. So now what you're going to do, that you're at 12 repetitions at 10 pounds, you increase the weight by 5 pounds because it's the upper body. So you're going to be up to 15 pounds now, and now you're going to do 3 sets of 8. So you go back down to 8 repetitions. So now you're at 15 pounds doing 3 sets of 8, and each session you do it, you're going to try to add a little bit more repetitions until you're back up to 12, and then repeat that whole cycle. A couple caveats is it's a little bit redundant and can be difficult to track. So, writing things down can be helpful. The other thing to be mindful is your body can overperform. So when you're trying to progressively load, you want to find the right amount where it's challenging, but you're not pushing it too hard. Your body doesn't actually know the difference between like survival and exercise. It just knows there's stimulus and the sympathetic response. So you could over push it and just cause more delayed muscle soreness and that sort of thing. So just be mindful of kind of what you're feeling when you're going through overloading. That being said, everyone needs to progressively overload because everyone needs to keep the muscles getting stronger to adapt for rehab and for getting better with your activities and overall quality of life. So get to loading. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment below of something that you'd be interested to see next. Tune in next time.